Let's be real. You're responsible for the players, and you are solely responsible as well. You are in on the Stephanie White, Caitlin Clark sabotage. Okay, you've gone out of your way to speak up for Stephanie White at every turn. You never spoke up for Caitlin Clark when she was getting hit pieces put out on her and all of this stuff. You never had nothing to say. You tried to go at Caitlin Clark fans on Twitter. You was doing all of this. Meanwhile, your ass ain't been able to put a good roster together.
Criticism has been mounting toward Indiana Fever general manager Amber Cox over the construction of this season's roster, with several off-season moves drawing scrutiny for their limited on-court impact. Among the contracts questioned is a 2-year, roughly $800,000 per year deal given to Monique Billings, whose production hasn't matched the investment. Other additions, including Ty Harris, Raven Johnson, and the re-signing of Damiris Dantas, have similarly been described as underwhelming given limited playing time or on-court effectiveness.
And we're going to break it down right here, right now. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Share the channel, hit the bell notification, hype the video. That'd be greatly appreciated. Let's keep it going, man. Amber Cox. Look, I know you're hiding out in Salt Lake City somewhere under a rock or in a cave, and that is not making us forget about you, okay? You are the one that is responsible for this Indiana Fever roster, okay? You are the one that let Justine Passat walk without ever giving her a chance to play.
Justice Pasenti, meanwhile, was allowed to leave the roster without much opportunity to play beforehand. The front office also brought in Brianna Stewart, though she has seen limited playing time so far, mostly in lower leverage minutes. Maisha Hines-Allen has received sporadic run, alternating between stretches of not playing and appearing in the rotation, while Sophie Cunningham has stood out as one of the more consistently used bench pieces this season.
You are the one that gave Monique Billings $800,000. You are the one that pieced this roster together. You are the one who drafted Raven Johnson early in the first round, and the girl's unplayable. You the one that signed Ty Harris. Stinks. You the one that signed Raven Johnson. Stinks. You the one that signed Monique Billings. Stinks. You responsible for all of it. You're the one that signed Damiris Dantas, who I've been saying we should never re-sign.
Additional offseason signings, including Michaela Onyenwere and Mercedes Russell, have seen minimal playing time, raising questions about the value of committing roster spots and resources to players who haven't been given consistent opportunities. Onyenwere in particular has drawn attention for her athleticism in practice clips, with some arguing she could offer valuable outside shooting and floor spacing alongside Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell if given a real opportunity, especially after she found early scoring success following a preseason move to Las Vegas. Grace Van Slooten was also added to the roster over the offseason, but has seen very limited action.
The girl got cement for shoes. She can't move. You the one that re-signed Damiris Dantas. Stinks. Amber Cox, you are not ducking this wreck. And then let's be real here. You went and doubled down all this South Carolina stuff y'all had going on. Y'all went and got Bree Hall. Okay, Bree Hall, we ain't seen her get to play. Okay, we seen her get some garbage time minutes. Okay. You got Ty Harris. She's got bro, you went and got a bench and we got a bench that can't play.
Despite these roster questions, the backcourt pairing of Clark and Mitchell has been one of the most productive in the league this season. In one recent game, the two combined for 97 total points and assists, Clark posting 37 points and 10 assists, with Mitchell adding roughly 30 points. That level of offensive production has fueled criticism that the supporting roster and coaching approach haven't been optimized to complement what the backcourt is capable of producing, with some arguing the offense should be built more directly around Clark's playmaking rather than funneling more touches through the front court.
Maisha Hines-Allen, I like her. I'm cool with Maisha Hines-Allen. Like, she's not the greatest, but she's not the worst. She's physical out there. But at the end of the day, she play like once every 3 to 4 games. So in that case, stinks. What are you talking about? You signed a bunch of people in the offseason that can't get in the real games. I like Maisha Hines-Allen. Maisha Hines-Allen gets DNP, did not play, and then she'll get in.
Beyond roster construction, some criticism has centered on how the front office has publicly handled moments of controversy this season, noting that team and league officials spoke supportively of players involved in physical incidents against Fever players earlier in the year, while Clark and Cunningham were the ones who ultimately addressed reporters directly when fans voiced frustration toward the coaching staff following one of those incidents. Critics argue the front office was largely silent during stretches when Clark faced public criticism, but became more vocal once criticism shifted toward head coach Stephanie White. The overall sentiment is that responsibility for the season's shortcomings extends beyond the front office to include the coaching staff and front office advisors, with some fans calling for broader organizational changes given what they view as a mismatch between the roster's construction and the strengths of its top players.
Then she'll go 3 more games not getting in at all. Then she'll get in. Like, bro, this is the roster you put together. The only consistent player we got off the bench is Sophie Cunningham, the blonde bomber. Outside of that, everything else you did stinks. Let's keep it real. And then I'm seeing this. Wait a minute. Y'all went and signed this girl, Michelle Anaya, whatever her name is. Pardon me for butchering your name. No disrespect. We got videos of her dunking. She dunking.
Angel Reese is back in the headlines after a post-game moment that quickly went viral online. Reports circulated that she recently set a rebounding record, with some comparisons online jokingly putting her name alongside NBA legends like Shaquille O'Neal, Wilt Chamberlain, and Julius Erving. Comparisons her supporters embraced enthusiastically, while critics found the framing exaggerated given the context. The viral moment stemmed from a post-game press conference following a rough shooting night, where she missed 9 layup attempts.
Put her in the game. Put her in the game. We got a big and Aaliyah Boston that can't make a layup. Maybe she might not make the layup, but she might dunk it. She might dunk it. Put her in the game. Y'all see what happened? Y'all see what happened when you didn't put Justine Passat. You wouldn't give her a chance. 6'4", stretch 4, could shoot it from deep, a role player. She's not going to be a superstar. She's not meant to be a superstar.
During the interview, a reporter congratulated her on setting a non-BA record and asked about players potentially transitioning into other leagues, seemingly referencing NBA comparisons. Reese responded by saying she'd be setting NBA records too, a comment that quickly drew widespread mockery online for seemingly misunderstanding the question or conflating leagues.
Go to the Aces and score damn near 20 points right away. Like, and not that she's going to do that every night, but it's just the fact of us having a forward that could shoot the 3 ball on the floor with Caitlin Clark provides even more spacing for Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell. You never let her play. Put this girl in a game. I want to see. If she's ass, then that's another ass player you signed. Hot dog water. This falls on Amber Cox, man. Straight up. Look at the roster. You went and made a move. You went and signed Michelle.
Clips also circulated from the game itself, showing her getting defended tightly by Cameron Brink, including an emotional moment on the court following one particular sequence. Her final stat line that night included 11 points, 4 made shots, 3 turnovers, and 5 blocked shots credited to Brink specifically.
I can't even lie. This shit is hysterical. Now, if you guys have not heard the news, Angel Reese is going viral and has broken the damn internet yet again, bro. So after missing, right? After missing 9 layups, yes, you heard me correctly, 9 layups, Angel Reese, damn me, went into the press conference and said this right here. Let's play it.
Congratulations on the NBA record, Angel.
Online reaction was mixed but heavily critical in parts. Some commentary pointed to inflated or exaggerated stat claims circulating on social media, cautioning that not everything trending was accurate.
Angel, tell me about you guys. Yeah. Well, you know what I'm talking about. She knows.
No, I don't, because I be setting NBA records too.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. All right. So tell me a bit about. Congratulations.
I be setting NBA records too. I don't know what you talking about. Oh my God, Angel. Look at Angel. Angel's got locked up by Cameron Brink, then fell on the floor and started crying, bro. Look, this is who they hyping up.
Others took issue with what they viewed as self-promotional commentary rather than a more modest response to her achievement. A widely shared critique argued that despite her rebounding totals, she doesn't lead the league specifically in defensive rebounds compared to other top rebounders, pointing out that a significant portion of her rebounding numbers comes from offensive rebounds, often gathered directly off her own missed shots.
Look at her. Look at her. Cameron Brink put the clamps on her.
Wins, ladies. Congratulations on the NBA record, Angel.
Now, we're going to get to the comments in a minute. So, Angel Reese, look, Angel goes off 11 points, 14, 414 from the field, 3 turnovers. She got blocked 5 times by Cameron Brink. Yes. Then she got blocked 5 times by, oh my God. She got blocked.
That pattern has
got blocked 5 times by Cameron Brink. What? Bro, Twitter is getting out of hand with these AI stuff, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. My apologies about that. Somebody said, why not just thank you? This is narcissist. Is this worse? Yes. Somebody said, such a media charity case. The media has to prop her up because there isn't much else to make noise about. Of the top 10 rebounders in the league, she leads in turnovers.
The same critique compared defensive rebounding numbers among top rebounders across the league, citing figures suggesting she ranks toward the lower end of that specific category relative to peers, while also noting she has one of the higher missed shot totals in the league relative to defensive boards grabbed, and that her field goal percentage trails her own team's overall shooting efficiency. Some critics use this data to argue her overall production is more inflated in optics than in true efficiency, while others pushed back that her rebounding rate and physical presence still hold real value regardless of the split between offensive and defensive boards.
She is the worst shooter percentage-wise in the group. She is above average height. She can collect rebounds, but she doesn't lead the defensive rebound category. You see that part right there. She doesn't lead the defensive rebound category. Yes, because Angel Reese get a lot of offensive rebounds. I told y'all, she is a strategic player. She misses those damn layups to get her own rebounds. I did a video the other day kind of breaking it down.
Other unrelated commentary online brought up her inclusion on a USA national team roster ahead of another notable player, with speculation, though unconfirmed, about whether that other player had simply opted out of the selection process rather than being excluded. Some added skepticism about whether certain players' individual scoring numbers are influenced by how their respective team's offense is structured around them, though this remains speculative commentary rather than confirmed analysis.
How like Angel was already in position to get the rebound whenever she went in for the layup. So like, I don't know. She got some little technique that she do. Get down in the comment section. Let me know, have y'all seen it? Angel got this little technique that she do where she'll go in for a layup, like she know the layup for the miss. Now, all of the defenders don't know that layup is finna miss, but Angel just always happen to be in the right position at the right time to grab her own misses.
There was some reflection on how public perception of Reese has shifted since her college career, with some expressing that her earlier reputation, particularly during her time at LSU, felt more universally positive before her ongoing rivalry narrative with other prominent players began generating more polarized reactions. Turning back to the game itself, Brink was credited with a strong defensive performance, blocking several of Reese's shot attempts throughout the night, despite reportedly not yet being at full health.
So she stat pads her layup that way, which is crazy work to me, but to each his own, man. Let's finish reading what this tweet says. Instead, she's above height. She should collect rebounds, but she doesn't lead the defensive category. Jessica Shepard, 297. Asia Wilson, 276. Shakira Austin, 272. Jonquel Jones, 262. Brianna Stewart, 252. Angel Reese, 253. She has missed a staggering 262 shots.
Looking at the box score from that specific matchup against the Sparks, Reese's rebounding total that night was notably high. Reports show her finishing with 26 total rebounds, a very high individual total by any standard, with the team recording a combined 33 defensive rebounds overall and 15 offensive rebounds as a team. The number drew considerable surprise online, given how uncommon a rebounding total that high is at the professional level.
More misses than defensive rebounds of the top 5. She's only one of the 5 shooting below her own team's field goal percentage, bro. Somebody said, why not just thank you? Right. She's such a tone-deaf moron. Her current record is being the most disliked person in all of sports. No true sports fan cares about your me-bounds. That's why they call them me-bounds, because she knows she can't get.
Some pushed back on directly comparing her double-double averages to those posted by other star players around the league, arguing the underlying advanced metrics and efficiency numbers tell a more complete story than raw counting stats alone. Regardless, the rebounding performance itself was viewed as a genuinely impressive statistical outlier for the night.